My name is Andrye'l Walker, and I earned my bachelor's in culinary nutrition from Johnson & Wales University. I completed my dietetic internship at South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Some challenges I encountered in my journey to becoming a dietitian of color is having enough confidence to share my knowledge with others, professionals, including dietitians. They just weren't like me, and I couldn't relate to them. There were times when I felt like I wasn't smart enough to even communicate with them. I just felt like I was smaller and I didn't have as valuable information as they would. Being a dietitian of color is so unique because I feel like we can identify with our community and be more relatable and be just a face that they will not be intimidated by. They may be more open and share more, and just, our shared experiences, they will be able to just be more open-minded because it's so important for us to do patient-centered care, whereas they are more as invested in getting healthy as we are. I love the food. I love, how I came up. My grandma will cook for us, all of our favorites, as my parents did too. But, not being aware of those long-term effects of eating like that every day, high sugar, high fat, high salt, and, just couple that with our increased risk for certain diseases just because of our race. It just lends to the overwhelming statistics that we see today in the obesity rate, diabetes rates, and hypertension, cardiovascular disease, and so much more. One of my greatest successes in my career is working for a school district. And I am so proud of that experience because, you're starting with children. And I believe if you can start early with children and you can get to them and just feed them, they're such like sponges when it comes to learning. All of our students are able to eat free, and they are able to eat free under our community eligibility program. And in that program, we are also funded, from the government through other programs, with money that, having food from the raw state so that we can, cook it, prepare it in a healthy and fun way. I have a chef that works with me as well. And, we both are passionate about teaching our students how to eat healthy from an early age. Other ways we can just impact their lives, like, bringing in the chef that I was telling you about, doing cooking demos, nutrition education. He is also of color, so the students will also identify with him. And that can even promote, more children of color in these fields as well, to see us making a difference, and they can identify with us. And it's so exciting when you get all dressed up with the chef hats. And myself, I'm a chef as well as a dietitian, so it's just like the best of both worlds. If we can help them learn about healthy choices while they're young, and we will have a greater impact on their future. Being able to interact with other professionals that are not of color is so important. One of my greatest advice that I can give to you is just have the education, learn what you're doing, get the knowledge so that you can be more confident and taken seriously when you're presenting yourself. I think because of myself, I had such a strong culinary background, I didn't have the confidence in the clinical side. That was something that I was still learning. I got my associates in culinary arts and then decided that I wanted to take that further and get into nutrition. So, being afraid of not being able to express myself because of the lack of knowledge prevented me from, being able to communicate more effectively. So my greatest advice to you or to anyone that's trying to pursue this or have just better communication with other professionals that are not of color, learn your stuff. When I didn't know the answer to something, I wrote it down. I went home, I looked it up, I read about it, and I was that much more ready for the next day. So you got to be able to put yourself out there and just really get into the materials. Because the better you are, then the better you can be for your clients. And lastly, I would like to just share that being a part of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics has been a great asset to me. I love the fact that they have the subgroups that you can be a part of, for all the races and skill sets and just, they offer so much information and continued education. If you want a specialty in like renal or geriatrics, they have that provided as well. It's just a great tool and resource for you to become a stronger professional and develop your skills. So I would highly recommend, if you haven't got your membership yet, you should definitely get it, because it will be so worthwhile and you'll be even more equipped to be in the world of nutrition and dietetics.